dun. Cue the beer. Boo! Booyah! And an extra one just in case. Hello, Miss Blue.
Hello, Mr. Buckner. How you doing?
I'm wonderful, wonderful. Redneck, somebody cue the pirate ship. Yeah, it was on its way. Giving you a little countdown to you, getting yourself psyched up so you could run to your fridge, grab your favorite beverage or a snack. Because from anybody that's watched my show, this show is never short. We're gonna go long. I'm like John Elway. I'm going deep, like a lot of other things. But I'm just saying.
Jesus. Oh, Mandy just called you Mr. Blue.
Yeah, not. All right. So Alban, what's up, Mandy? How you doing? Let's see, Eddie G, he's over in the side chat. Michael, thank you for joining. Terror TK jumped in there on the side. And I want to say Steve Franklin, and he gave us an invite when we go to Canada or go to the UK. He'll show us around. So gave us a welcome. So yep. So TK be listening on the road. Drive safe, bud. So, all right. So what's going on with you, Blue? How's life treating you?
Good. Just got off work a little while ago and got off a little early.
I saw that.
Nice. That's always a bonus on a Friday.
Hope your boss isn't watching.
My boss was gone already.
I hope your boss isn't watching the show.
He already knew because every time he leaves early, I'm always like, oh, why don't you just go home? And he looks at me and he starts laughing because he knows we're not far behind him.
Yeah. Yeah, gets down the road and all of a sudden he hears your car doors.
You know what? That actually happened one time. He left work and the three of us got in our cars like seconds later and went driving down the road and he forgot something and we're at the end of a dead-end street and he was on his way back. We all just waved at him as we just kept going by. Hey, boys.
Hey, look at this. The guy that's getting ready to cut his hair all off.
Yeah, he's got right to his shoulders, I heard.
Yeah, he's going to get all trimmed up.
Seriously, a little bit of Antonio Banderas and Desperado. Nothing sexier than that.
Yeah, she's been working on my best friend with getting his hair.
I have been, actually.
She's like, we got to work on that. So, yeah. Well, thanks for you guys joining. And Blue did say that she would do an interview.
Yeah.
She said
I don't know why you want me, but sure.
Why not?
No, why not? I don't know. I'm just glad you guys are here, so I don't have to talk so much. This is great.
Yeah, like it's difficult when I'm here.
Yeah, that's true.
Just let the butcher go.
So I'm doing well. How are you gentlemen doing? I saw that you guys just finished your show, and I would have liked to got the box. I really would have liked to check that out.
It's a nice box. Have you haven't played with that one, have you?
No. I messed the last B-Link I had. I had two B-Links, and the second one I had crappy Wi-Fi. Like when I was trying to connect it would my speed was like a third of what my Wi-Fi speed was. And so after the second one did that, I was like, and I moved on to something else. I moved on to another.
What was that though?
It was a while. It was like I think it was B-Link Mini. I think it wasn't that one.
Yeah.
It was another one early. It was definitely it was a 905 back in the 905.
Probably a 905W because the W's didn't have good Wi-Fi.
Yeah, it was. I could plug in Ethernet and it was great.
Yeah.
But that Wi-Fi, because when I was having to fix it I gave it to my family, wanted it. And putting my build on it. Back then I had the Depulse. And Blue knows the Depulse build was about 350 megs. So it was big.
It blew shit up.
Yeah, it tested the limits of any system that you put that build on.
For sure.
Especially the old Fire Sticks.
Oh yeah. that first generation, you'd get them things smoking. So
it's crazy. That little tiny device has 64 gigs of onboard storage on it.
I heard you say that. And 4 gigs RAM.
4 gigs of RAM.
Nice.
I was like, yeah, okay. Yeah. That's worth checking out.
You can check it out. You can find it on GearBest. They're still like $110, I think, US.
Yeah, but no.
Who wants to pay that for a box, right?
No, because it's a box that I'm never gonna keep. Like I've got the TiVo stick, the thing. To be honest, I just need to sell it and just recoup my money. Yeah. I got it. I'm not going to use it long term.
That's right. I'm in Canada and I got a TiVo.
Nice.
So let me see who's jumped in the. Thanks for bringing all of your crew, because usually you guys send your crew over here as soon as your show is done. So thanks for the support.
Yeah, it's a raid
Awesome.
party.
Yeah, I know. It's always a raid party. Look at Kyle jumped in the chat even.
Hey, Kyle.
All this
Now
hair
it's going to
talk.
get me out of there.
Redneck said, "Don't cut my hair." So there's a lot of people that are telling me not to cut
Hey,
my hair.
man bun then. Man bun it.
Hey,
is
I'll
that
send.
a developer?
Might get a trim.
Yeah. I'm gonna. Hey, Jizz. Mr. Planet, I'll send you a link if you want to join. How about that? Mr. Planet, I'll send you the link. So, yeah, so we got that. I want to know, since we talk a lot on my show about Kodi, and I know some shows steer away from that subject. I don't care. So, have either one of you guys even opened up Kodi 19 to even look at it or mess with it? I actually did today. It was my first time. Blue has.
Yeah, I've been working on helping make Gen 19. So
everything that I know about it, I learned from watching your shows. So, I mean, you talked about how the coding's different in 19. I've never looked at the coding or opened the application, so I can't speak on that.
Is it on? It's the next version of Python, right? That
yes,
they're
Python
3, right?
Yeah.
Which apparently is a lot easier to work with. So it's kind of like 2's been obsolete for so long. I mean, 3's been around forever.
Yeah,
forever.
Yeah, I did try it out earlier this week. I'm just like, let me just see what 19 is about, because I know people are going to start asking. And one of my friends that all he does is just code everything. So I was like, hey, what's the difference between this and this? He's like, why are they using 2? And I was like, I don't know.
Yeah.
So he's just like, 3 is going to be so much better. He's like, if they had issues before with like bottlenecking and slowing down devices and stuff, he's like, 3 is going to make it smoother. He's like, it might not fix buffer issues, but it should make at least the experience a lot smoother when you're going through the apps and stuff.
Nice.
Yeah.
So Blue, you've been working with trying to change gens over, because changing an add-on, and I've said this in a couple shows, changing an add-on, people think, oh, you just change the add-on, you're done. Well, no, because there's all those dependencies that go along with it.
You rely on other people, whoever has the dependencies and manages them, to also upgrade. Which, I mean, most of the time, when you think about it, most add-ons, 90% of the stuff that they're using for dependencies are right through the Kodi repo. So that's a good thing, because Kodi will be on all over that. But it's the other weird ones that we got to worry about.
Yeah.
Python and URL resolver and resolve URL.
Yep. That is one of the other things that you and I talked about. Python coding, is he going to change that officially?
Probably not.
Or because I've got to hit him up again about coming on a show.
You know what? Ask him that, actually.
Yeah, because I forgot to. I was going to ask. He's going to come on a show one day, because Lee, for you guys, Lee with Noobs and Nerds, he ran Noobs and Nerds way back when. He wrote Python coding, and Python coding is part of the Gens template. It was the tools that was used to build the code. It's
essentially a library to pull. It's cool because it's a library to pull from. Yeah. Essentially. So instead of you writing the code for a certain script in it, you could literally just call to that to pull it.
Yeah.
So
it's like a shortcut that's, an abbreviation. So
cool.
So hopefully he comes on the show and he explains if he's planning on doing that. If not, we'll have to do it. And one of the other one of the reasons I wanted to talk about that, there's 2 different ways that things can be done. They can either be recoded from scratch, so they can recode Python 3 from ground up, or they can do a conversion. And Blue, you've worked with some of the conversion tools.
Yeah, Futurize.
That basically does some of the changes, but not all the changes.
There's another thing, I think it was called 2 to 3, and it was essentially you grab that file and you would add that as a dependency, and then at the top of your list, where you list all the stuff you're importing, you would import that. But I mean, obviously, you'd be way better to write it in 3 than to just try to convert it, because then it's working properly.
Right.
The issue is that, like, the developers, the people that have written like their own add-ons and stuff, probably won't have any issues with this whatsoever. The other people that are like Gen people, for example, unless somebody else does it for them, probably won't be able to. I'm hoping somebody will be able to help it. I got it as far as I could, but
See,
mine was just conversion, not rewritten.
I'm curious to see, because I know Butch came over and we did the podcast, the interview, and we talked about one of the things that we always say about giving respect to where you got the code from or where you forked this from. So I think it's going to be very, I don't know. For me, I think it's going to be a comedy show. It's going to be a whole shit show when everything is broken, nothing's working, and they're like, hey, I'm going to put this one on Kodi 19. And it's just like, wait a minute, hold your horses.
Yeah. It's going to take a lot of testing on a lot of devices before everything's working properly. Well, I mean, even Kodi 19 is only an alpha, right?
Yeah,
basically
right now, yeah.
Now we're all the bug fix, like the bug reporters. So if your device, what device using, you know, what, it's going to be interesting.
It should be fun.
Well, and there's two ways of doing this. As I said, like with Blue, she was messing around with the conversion tool or a website that takes a script, takes your Python 2 and converts it to Python 3. Now, it doesn't actually convert it and make it Python 3. It kind of modifies it and hacks it. Yeah. So it's still Python 2, but hacks it.
Yeah.
So
and then Python it's still not 100%. They're still like going through the log. It was like error after error, and then you fix this one little line, and then you fix this little line. It was time consuming. Yeah. But I mean, I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I mean, I can fix minor errors, but I mean, to write from scratch, God, no.
But I see a lot. I think that there's going to be a lot of add-ons done. I know Saren had said, posted in one of the groups, that he was 19 ready. I tried to install Saren, but there was issues with some dependencies. It wouldn't install. Yeah, I didn't investigate it to find out exactly what. I know it was.
They probably, Todd. They probably have a bunch of ones maybe that they have themselves, because they've obviously had it working, right?
Yeah,
they were talking about it.
They did.
So they probably have modified the dependencies they need. Because I know that when Ant was working on Gen, he had already done a few of the dependencies. So we were just able to grab those and throw them in.
They just weren't.
And then load Gen, and then it loaded properly.
Right. Those depends. Yeah, you're probably right. He might have done some fixes on things that just wasn't public. But I do know. People say I usually talk about Shadow, and I get Shadow hints. Shadow did post in the Shadow group. There is he is working on coding from scratch. Python 3 for Shadow. Shadow will be a ground up from Python 3, and it will be a Python 3 19 compatible, not a modified version. He's shown a few videos or posted a few videos of scrape times, and what was it, 6 or 7 seconds, 8 seconds from time that you hit what you want to watch, and then it pulled the links.
Yeah.
Which I actually said we've been spoiled with Shadow anyways, because even with Kodi 18, you can get links in 5 to 8 seconds. You can be watching whatever movie you're wanting. So
yeah.
We got to watch, though, not being hard on people who can't rewrite from scratch, though, but
right.
Convert work.
I'm right there. Yeah, I'm one of them. So no, I'm not throwing stones.
Yeah.
Just because that's going to be another issue. People will be like, well, you didn't rewrite from scratch. You just converted it. It's going to be that kind of shit show.
Well, one of the things that when I was speaking to the dev that was working on that, one of the things he did say about Python 3 is that things can happen simultaneous in Python 3 that can't happen in Python 2. He said Python 2 happens congruently, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Concurrently?
Yeah, there you go. And so it'll go it'll scrape 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It scrapes like that. He said in Python 3 it can just scrape 1 to 10, which is things can happen in a quicker fashion, because instead of it going A, B, C, D, it can just say A to M. Do them all at the same time. So that was one of the things he did say that was nicer about Python 3 compared to Python 2.
Well, and just when I noticed, even just fixing errors, like coding wise, it's just stuff is just written better. You don't have to get intricate a lot of stuff. Yeah, because they've got new variables and stuff. So it's kind of like things just, when I was looking at it anyway, worked better and quicker. And it's going to be interesting to see everybody step up, though, and see what happens. Some add-ons are going to go down.
Oh, yeah. And never come back.
I
Yeah.
say most will
Possibly.
Most will, yeah, and then we'll see what
And-
comes back.
Yeah, and then what'll happen is they'll grab somebody else's that was basically the template of their add-on, and then they'll start again.
They'll start all over.
They'll wait
again.
for somebody else to fix it.
See,
Yeah.
that's what I'm wondering.
Whatever.
I think this is my prediction. All right, so I think that most add-ons right now are using an Exodus Covenant fork.
Mhm.
So most of them are using that base. So it's Exodus or your Covenant or one of those types of base, and then they've built their add-on off of that. Now it may look a little different because they've went down the road and it's been a while.
Change some
But
settings, change some.
that is the core. So when that core is gone, what's going to be next? Now, if you see Shadow or Saren, I would put a little bit of faith in Fen.
Yep.
Some of the guys that are in
Gaia.
the crew, Gaia.
Gaia.
I don't know. I've fallen. I think Gaia has some coding, but I don't know. After Gaia 5, I was highly disappointed.
Yeah.
So I couldn't. Yeah, after Gaia 5, it just went bad to me, and I quit using it. I couldn't wait a minute and a minute 20 for it to scrape. That's what it seemed like it would take. So, yeah, I do think. But what I think is going to happen is in 19, you're going to find, let's say, 2 or 3 add-ons actually go to Python that go to 19.
Yeah.
Everybody's going to jump on those add-ons and fork whatever 2 or 3 add-ons
Yeah.
actually release in 19. They're going to grab it and say, oh, I can make my add-on. All I got to do is change the icons. I can change the lists. I can change because what is an add-on? All right, it's icons, it's titles, it's categories, it's lists. That's basically what an add-on makes one add-on different than another.
Mhm.
So for me to take somebody's add-on and fork it to call it.
I mean, that's been the way of Kodi for how long now?
Oh yeah, of course.
I mean, there's like 4 or 5 video add-on devs that are full-on devs. Some people can fix things, which is awesome too. Like, I mean, I even admire that, but most people will be just basically forking somebody else's add-on. That's definitely what's going to happen. Because I mean, most add-ons nowadays, they're a fork of.
That's what I'm saying.
There's a few originals.
There's probably, you're only talking 3 or 4 templates, and everything else is just forks of those base templates. So but not knocking anybody's work. They're just saying that's the reality of it. And it's, again, sometimes people will say, well, I changed this and this. Yeah, you did. But I can go and take my Honda and paint it, and I can put a Mercedes-Benz emblem on the front. I can put some big ass tires on the side. I can paint flames on it. It's still a Honda. It's still a Honda, but but I can change all this stuff. It can look different.
Yeah.
I can change the interior of it.
I mean, there are wonderful forks. Like for example, Metallic was a fork of Meta. Like, he improved the shit out of that thing. Same thing with EIM versus, extended info versus extended info mod. Like, Q grabbed it and as a base, but then modded the shit out of it. Like, there are add-ons where they grab it to improve on it.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes it's good because say people who do like Shadow, and he's always encouraged people to fork it. If you fork it and you put it on your own repo, that means he's not getting hit as much, or you know what I mean? Like, it is sometimes nice to sort things out a little bit, but they are all using the same scrapers usually, so that doesn't really help.
Usually. So
what did Muad say?
Muad said that Python 2 can do multiple things at once, just fire off threads. So
I know that when he talked about 3, he was like, yeah, 3's like,
well, and 3's been around a long time.
Like, Muad is somebody who will be able to mess around.
Yeah, there you go. Muad would be one of the people that I would say that's somebody that he could
would be able to do it. Yeah,
he'd be able to do it.
I need more wine.
All right, so that's out, but don't be the first one on your block to get this, folks. Don't be the second one on the block to get this. What I would suggest, if you have an NVIDIA Shield, that means you probably installed through the Google Play Store, or if you have a TiVo can install through the Google Play Store.
Or anybody with a Samsung phone.
At this time, or maybe right after the show this week, go into your Google Play account and turn off auto update for Kodi. Because the reason I say that is you're going to
Yeah.
forget about this show and you're going to be like, whatever, Dabs. You're going to forget about it. And let's say 6, 8, 9 months down the road, whenever Kodi releases, because they're not going to tell us when, they're going to release 19. And when they do, the Google Play Store may pick it up immediately or may wait a couple days. You never know.
Probably an RC.
So when they release it and they put it out there on the Google Play Store, your device, if you have auto updates for your apps, will automatically update to 19. Meaning anything that does not run on 19 is not going to work. So I guarantee
it'll screw up your build.
I guarantee 99% of your shit's going to be broke. Maybe 1 or 2 things will work, and you're going to have to wipe Kodi and start all over again. So just turn off auto update at the Google Play Store.
And unless you're testing stuff and you want to really like check out 19, do it in a portable. Because don't use alpha. Don't use alpha. Honestly, don't use beta. And even RC is a little glitchy. Well, they'll release. The release candidate is usually kind of solid, but it's not 100% solid.
But they'll release multiples usually on the release client.
Yeah, beta.
They'll go
through alpha, beta of RC.
Yeah, and they'll normally go.
I don't think Xbox ever got out of fucking beta.
Well, that's so they don't have to. They don't have to make any excuses if it don't work right.
Friggin' brutal.
If it's in beta, they can say, "Hey, it's not our fault. It's beta."
I was so excited. Woohoo! Kodi on my Xbox, and I'm like, "Are you fucking kidding me? This is garbage. It was garbage." And I check for updates all the time. Nothing. It's like,
I do have the Shield, and I was messing with this yesterday. Actually, I was trying to make sure the thing did not do the auto updates because I see what the Shield was doing now. Now they're throwing ads in there now. So I went into the settings. I found all the stuff, and I'm just like, don't auto update nothing. But the one thing I couldn't find was Kodi. I went to the Google Play Store. And it just says open or uninstall.
Because you already have it. Oh, I see what you mean. Like, where do you turn off auto updates?
I thought I did that on.
You know what? It's probably directly in the Google Play Store and not.
That's what I was thinking. I think
not on the just the app
it's in the Play Store. It is in the Play Store.
That's where I was at in the Google Play Store, and it just says open or uninstall. Those are
no. But you're rating Kodi right now. Go into your settings for the Google Play Store.
Yeah,
it'll be in there.
Oh, the settings. Okay.
Yeah, not the apps because it's for all the apps.
Yeah. Okay. Unfortunately,
I gotta look in there.
Yeah, because I don't think you can just pick one.
Well,
not to auto update, can you?
Can't you tell your Shield not to update and it put it in the queue and it like asks you saying all these are ready to be updated and you can.
Yeah. Sorry, I don't know Shield well enough.
Maybe one day you will.
I'll have to look.
Oh, one day, not too long in the future, Todd.
One day you'll be able to
Shield, and that's my box.
Yeah. Oh, well, we'll trade.
Shut it.
All right. So, I want to say in the Shield you can turn off auto updates for all add-ons inside the Shield, and then you can tell it which ones to update and which not. Because I know sometimes when I go into the Google Play Store on my Shield, I will see what needs to be updated, and I can tell it yes or no.
Oh, yeah, that's actually a really good idea to do it that way. It was like friggin'
so in the
Apple products, iPads, you can have it so it just sits and waits for you to actually update it manually.
And Kenny says this: never download from the Kodi from the Play Store, and that's an option. But there's a lot of people that do. So I'm putting it out there so people can't say
like if your device uses the Play Store, why wouldn't you? Honestly, like, why wouldn't you use that? It's the easiest way instead of having to side load it or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
Instead of on the Fire Stick, I got to use downloader and got to go to the site, and that's a pain in the ass. It's so much easier to just go click, download.
And then one says,
"I gotta look that up," because I was going crazy because I couldn't find where to shut everything off on those updates. But I was looking everywhere and I couldn't find it for the life of me. And it almost seems like, I don't know. I think the Shield must have done some other updates. I haven't updated the one with the whole thing yet. Like, it hasn't told me. But I've noticed that some of the settings are a little bit different now within the Shield. They like move some things around or something, but I couldn't find it.
Todd, why don't you turn yours on and see if you can find it?
I don't know. I haven't seen.
You can help them out. No, but I mean, just so you can show them maybe where in the settings.
I don't
It tells
remember.
you to turn off auto.
I'm old.
Oh,
I'm old.
dude.
I'm old.
I'm old. I can't remember this stuff.
I'm fucking. He
I
scored a
did
big one
watch-
with this youngin' girlfriend.
Yeah, that's right. So I will say I finished my Alone TV show, folks. If you like Alone, watch the last episode. It's really, really good. And it was up in Canada. So for you Canadians, it was up there at the Great, what did I say? It wasn't the Great Salt Lake. It was the Great something lake, way far north.
Oh.
So what am I looking for again?
The settings for the Play Store and how you turn it off.
Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't seen an ad for mine. You said you've seen ads. I haven't seen ads.
They were who was it? A couple YouTubers
right.
were talking about it.
See, there's auto updates right there.
Wait, how'd you get there?
2 seconds. Boom.
2 seconds.
That little cog. You know, you've seen Kodi before. It has a cog.
Yeah.
That means settings.
Yeah. Thanks.
Jesus.
So I go there.
Savvy.
Slow down. Okay. So then it's got auto updates. And see, I have mine on auto updates. All right. So you could turn it off there. But look at here. When I went here, look at it I have 3 things that needs to update right now, and it hasn't.
So that's weird. If you have auto updates on, it should have done it automatically then.
I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't know. It just hadn't.
Right. You click settings.
Yeah, the little thing, and then it's right there, auto updates. Yeah.
I took notes.
Or protect, or maybe you need to turn on the child settings because you need
Probably. Before I
Okay.
break something.
Before we go any further, I have to say that Rohas has the cutest little giggle ever.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, my Lord.
Thank you, Lou.
So where have you seen these ads?
I think it was. I know Doc Squiffy did a video on it, and then Free Tech.
Is it? Are you guys in APKs when you're seeing these ads? Because I've not seen an ad on the main. I mean, because I use Kodi, an ape, Smarters. I use Smarters so that I can use that. Plex, well, and then Netflix, kind of. But
they're saying it's on the home screen of the Shield. Like it's supposed to be at the top somewhere, like that little blank space.
I don't know.
Like at the very, very top.
Yeah.
So I mean
I'm
that
at
little
the
blank
top.
space. Yeah, it's supposed to pop up there.
Let me see if I'm up to the latest version. I should, because I have mine turned on for.
Don't do it.
No, I'm just curious.
Don't do it.
I'm not scared. I ain't scared. What are you talking about?
And then he's gonna be pissed when he starts seeing ads.
He's gonna be pissed.
I don't do ads. That's why I don't do APKs.
Huh.
That's actually a good question. Somebody just said, do you have the same Shield? Todd, yours is the 2019?
No, yeah, the newest one.
Oh, I got an old one, the 15.
Yeah.
Maybe that makes a difference. Not sure.
500 gigs.
You got the 500.
Yes.
I had the 500 until I tried to swap out that hard drive in my 2015.
Is that when you fucked it up when you were trying to do?
I made a
did you do to that?
mistake.
Yeah.
I messed it up.
I didn't fuck it up. I made a mistake.
Yeah,
You
fucked
just
it up.
for it.
You fucked it up.
So
big
yeah.
time.
So let me see.
What was that? Were you loading? Was it old video games? Is that what that was?
Mine's up. Mine says it's up to
And shit
date.
went sideways.
So, all right. So what was happening is I had the 500 gig and it was the 2015. Bought it the second week it was out. And it was getting a little slow. So instead of doing a reinstall and doing a fresh install, which I should have factory reset like a dummy, I went and I'm like, I had read up on changing out these SSD drives. Let's just do that. So when I took it apart, all nice and easy, and you know that like there's a ribbon that goes to the hard drive. It plugs in, like most computers has a ribbon cable and what's it, like an IED that plugs into the end of the hard drive. So I unplug that IED off the end of the hard drive and I pull it, not realizing that there's tape or glue across the top of the ribbon cable that goes down to the motherboard. And when I did, I jerked it and I'm trying to pull it and it pulled the ribbon off of the motherboard. So that ribbon cable that's like it's not plugged into the motherboard. It's like soldered or clamped. So once it was out, I was screwed. So yeah, it's in my spare room, just sitting there, just all by itself, and it was an
And then how big
lesson.
is the 2019 that you got?
Oh, it's
The
just
500?
16.
Oh,
No,
it's
they don't have.
Did you do
500 no more.
external?
Yeah, I've put I put that 1 terabyte SSD in an enclosure and plugged it in and said, "Bam, there you go."
Did you see that? Don't jerk, Dabs.
Yeah. Well, look at them guns. I can't help but jerk so hard. Them guns.
It's true. He's very, very strong. It's just the height.
IED or IDE. What is it, Muad'Dib? Whatever those damn cables. IED.
Isn't that something that girls use for contraception?
That's an IUD. Oh, okay. So, yeah, we go. Hey, this show can go all kinds of directions. I don't know if anybody had noticed it. Did you guys notice that RD was down for a couple days?
Yeah.
Felt like forever.
Yeah, I had seen plenty of crying about it.
I was crying.
I was
mad.
Mr. Planet can't come on. He says he's binge watching the new season of Lucifer with his girlfriend.
You know he's watching his porn stuff, right?
Yeah. He's quality controlling.
Yes, he is.
Well, hey, that is actually good for the community. Y'all are welcome.
You're welcome.
I'm going to be binge watching Lucifer right after this, actually.
Is it any good?
All right.
Have you seen any
Newest
of it?
season just came out last night, midnight.
Mm-hmm.
I love Lucifer. It's hilarious. Actually, the funny thing is I think it's a DC comic.
Oh, okay. Might have to check it out.
Yeah, he's hilarious. The dude playing Lucifer is hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
Smart,
Yeah.
it's funny, it's quirky, it's he's the devil.
Yeah.
Devil's always good.
Let's see. So Bama says settings app shows Android TV uninstall updates and how to get rid of the ads on the TiVo. Yeah. I haven't turned on my TiVo and probably for me the week after I showed it on the show. It's been sitting here just growing dust.
Well, that was like me. I started decluttering the other day and going through everything, and I've got way too many fucking boxes that I haven't used in years. And I tested them all; they all work, but I don't feel comfortable selling because it break down the next day with my luck, and then I feel guilty about it. So I don't know what I'm going to do.
So all right. So let me ask a question of Nextlevel and Rohas.
Yeah.
So. And I mean, I'm not asking for numbers or how that all works. So have you guys been box sellers to people and stuff like that? Be it friends and family or friends of friends and stuff like that? Because I mean, I've sold to my friends or my family members, set them up, this and that. So
yeah, me too.
I've done that, yeah.
I mean, and so have you guys ever had it to where that something broke and then they come back to you?
Yeah.
The box didn't work or something didn't work and they come.
It's not fun.
And to me, I always feel guilty.
Yeah.
Because I'll say the B-Link boxes, when some of my family members were all getting B-Link boxes because they were working really well, gave 4 or 5 family members as Christmas presents even. Mm-hmm. And one of my family members actually paid, all they did is paid for the box. They didn't pay for me. They just paid for the box. Come back 6-8 months later, this ain't working. I plug it in my device. Yeah, not working at all. I couldn't get to do nothing. Tried swapping out power supplies. Nothing. It was just the light would come on and nothing. So I felt guilty because I had sold it to him. So I'm like looking around here. I'm like, well, I've got this T95 box here. I'll just give this to you. So I mean, have you guys been in that situation where it's like you're not a box seller, but then you feel guilty and you end up.
That's why I could never be
away.
a box seller. Because I don't like giving tech to people and have it break down like days later. And honestly, that'd be my luck.
Yeah. Personally, for myself, if I'm going to be giving or selling something to anybody, it's typically going to be a device that I can find in a store here. So if they bring it back to me within a year, then I'll just go to the store, buy a new one, and swap the other one out. That's usually what I do. I typically only give devices like the NVIDIA Shields or the Amazon Fire Sticks. I don't have TiVo where I live. I mean, I have one, but I can't buy them here.
Yeah.
So because, you know, the NVIDIA Shield and the Fire Sticks are found in like all of the stores, if they bring me something within a year, I'll say, no problem. I'll go buy another one and I'll swap it out for them because it doesn't cost me anything. You know what I mean? That's generally what I do. The only other issue that I have had, I try to stick to one device. So the main device that I usually have is the Fire Sticks. So if they bring me one or something's having an issue, or even if I need to update their device, I will take one of mine and just swap the remote and the Fire Stick. And I'll take back theirs, and then I'll factory reset it, and I'll set it all back up. But I find if you stick to one device, and if they have that issue, the problem with, you know, dealing with devices like the B-Link is that they take a while to come in. Like
Yeah, 'cause you're buying them from China.
You buy them from China. You're going to take, you know, 2-3 weeks, four weeks, whatever it's going to be. So that exchange process is going to take a while, unless that's a device that you keep in stock yourself.
Yeah.
So
see, what I usually end up doing is giving my stuff away, because if it breaks, didn't cost you anything. Shut up about it.
Yeah.
Get your own.
I've had
Honestly.
I've done the Fire Sticks, and the family, like all my friends and family that I've hooked up with, everybody's got Prime. So I'm just like, you know what? Let's just do the Fire Stick. It's gonna be very easy.
Yeah, you get the free Prime Video.
Yeah.
Bob's your uncle.
So I'm the first thing I tell everybody is, don't start installing crap. Just don't go ham. Like when you get it, like this is what I want you to do. And what I'll do is I used to have like a little paper with instructions and everything and how to do stuff before I even started doing this whole YouTube thing. And I'm like, this is how you do it. And they would go in there and I'm like, test this add-on first. Just look at this add-on and get familiar with it. Once you're comfortable, check this other add-on. And then from there, explore the build. And, you know, later on, then it turned into APKs. My problem has always been my nieces. They, you know, they're on the Fire home screen, the Amazon home screen, and they're like, "Ooh, Peppa Pig. Let me download that app. Ooh, what is this, Disney? Let me download that app." So they're down, and then next thing you know, my sister will be like, "Hey, I don't know why, but my screen is all blown up. Like, why is it blown up?" I'm like, I don't know. What the hell? I'm like, did somebody sit on the remote? I'm like, what'd you do? And they're like, yeah, it's so weird. I'm trying to play it and everybody's all cut off and the sound looks all funny. And I'm just like, okay, look, here's the easiest solution. Unplug the damn thing and then replug it back in and see what happens.
Yeah.
And 9 times out of 10, it fixes it, you know? So I'm like, cool. But most of the time when I get to their house, they're like, yeah, they won't say nothing to me for months. I'm thinking like they're good.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And I get there like, dude, I haven't been able to use this piece of crap. I'm like, why? It's buffering and it's doing this. I'm like, well, let me see what's wrong with it. I go to settings, manage applications. I'm like, you have no memory. It's like 0.1. Like, what the hell's that?
Hey, did you see about that new thing too, though, lately? Like the latest update on Amazon, and they threw so much garbage on there. All that bloatware stuff. How to remove all that, which I had to do because I kept getting the warning about storage is full. Storage is full. It's like, are you kidding me?
Was it Troy Point or one of the, what was the website was that? No, UK doctor, UK tech doctor.
Tech Doctor UK, I think it was.
Yeah, all I know is it worked really, really good. Removed all that bloatware bullshit
all that crap
in there. Because I mean, I have Disney Plus, I have Netflix, I have Kodi, I have Amazon Prime, and I think that's it. Like 4 add-ons on there, or 4 APKs on there, basically. And it was full. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
And Plex. So I had 5. But it was like, this is ridiculous. I never had that problem before with the old ones.
Yeah,
but that's what it is.
I have everything you just said plus TV Zion.
So there you go. And it screws up everything. It's full. Everything. It's like, what?
Yeah. I'm
hey,
like,
Amazon.
No way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Up your storage.
I talk to Nextlevel. He'll be like, I'll be like, dude, I'm over here with the Fire Stick, and I have, you know, we like to say comfortably 2 gigs of RAM or 2 gigs of space to have, you know, to play with. Just don't go under 2 gigs. And I turn on mine. I'm over here thinking like, dude, I got like like almost 4 gigs. We're good. I turn it on and it says 1.1. I'm like, what the freak is this? And he's just like, hey, check this out, check this out, check that out, click this, click that. So I'm doing it and I'm just like, cool, now I'm at 1.2. He's like, what the hell? He's like, you probably have to do something else.
It's like buying a Samsung phone and they have all those apps you cannot remove. You know, it's like, are you kidding me? I don't want this shit on here.
Yeah.
Don't be knocking Samsung.
Next, I gotta ask, is your hair blue?
No.
Or do you just got a blue light in your place? Because your hair looks like it's blue.
My green screen is green, and the lights are reflecting off the green screen on me.
And your hair looks blue. It actually looks pretty funky.
Yeah.
Note 10, huh? What do you got?
No, I got the 20.
The 20? Yeah. This is the Note.
I didn't get the Note though.
He was all like, "Oh, do I spend the money?" I'm like, "Spend the money."
Just
See, best girl, best fiance in the world. Yes, honey, buy more tech. Do it.
And that, that you can't beat that. And then and all you have to say is, "Okay, dear."
Hey, all right. So Tony, didn't he ask this question on your show about how to improve with he said, because wasn't Mocha Motorola?
Yeah, Motorola. Yeah, I never heard it called that before.
Well, but I don't know what would be a Motorola adapter. I don't know that one.
Are you looking for an extender or modem router? Like what specifically? Because I'm not sure either.
Yeah, we're not really understanding the question because it's like, what are you connecting to
my internet?
Because Motorola makes a lot of things.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, he asked a couple times. I don't know if it's Motorola. I don't know what a good Motorola adapter to use with your Spectrum internet. So yeah, I'm thinking, is he wanting an extender because he's not picking up good Wi-Fi in a different part of his house?
Probably, maybe.
Yeah,
and sorry we didn't answer your question, but we were trying to get Nextlevel.
Yeah, and also you had a giveaway. You had a giveaway that I was trying to win, and I think I was rigged because I didn't win the damn thing. All right, so yeah, I didn't win it. So I had a question. TV Zion. All right, I'll be one, and I'm not scared to admit it. Not been a fan of him, especially after he threatened that he could put malware in his code if he wanted to. And he says, I could do this. Which he was mad because people were modifying or hacking his official version because he gets ad money from the official version. People were removing the ads in a hacked modded version. He was getting upset. But to me, that's fair game. That's been happening forever. So I don't know why you want to throw a fit about that. But that's just Dabs talking. So he posted out of anger, which I understand that. And after that, I wasn't too. To me, he was a little bit. I'm like, I'm not too sure about this guy because you're making ad money. Then he added Zion Club. So he's collecting money not only from the ads, but also from his club money. And then I'm like, okay. So you're not just dipping. Now you're double dipping because you get the club and the ads. And then you're getting the Real to Brid links. So Nextlevel did a video on TV Zion. You did a big video or did a couple videos on TV Zion.
Yeah.
Give me your thoughts, your opinion on this APK because it's very popular. I mean, go to any Facebook group and they talk about this APK like mad.
You know, if you are a fan of Kodi and you wanted to move to an APK, TV Zion would be the closest thing to some of the settings and the features that you would get from Kodi, right? A lot, like even though you can put Real to Brid in TV Zion and you can put Real to Brid in, let's say, Cinema HD, you're going to get more links from TV Zion. Zion Club actually gives you a bunch of additional things. One of the things that a lot of people, I guess, don't see with the Zion Club is that you actually get another Debrid service. You get their own personal Debrid service with it too. So let's say you didn't have Real to Brid. I actually did a video where it shows how to set up Zion Club without Real to Brid, and I sort the links by ping, and it picks the best ping link for you, right? So there's just so much more features in TV Zion, even without Real to Brid, that gives you a good user experience. The other thing is, yeah, he makes a little bit of money from, the ads, but the club, you get an ad-free experience, additional uses, you get different themes. I mean, he's supporting his development of his application. I do agree with you. You know, the stuff that was put out on Reddit was a little scary. But there was, at least from what I see, there was a transition because at that time, the people that were running a social media group were idiots, like complete trash. And I've gotten to many arguments with them. Some of them even tried to get my YouTube channel shut down, like all kinds of stuff. It was a mess. But then they got rid of all of those guys, or most of those guys, and they started up a new social groups. And I think they've really worked hard to use their image. So I like the application. I may not agree with some of their admins in their groups, but I like the application. So I will promote the application because it works, but I don't necessarily tell people to go join their groups or do this or that, right?
But it's a simple thing to use, though. I mean, like if you're wanting to, because I have pointed out APKs are good for someone that's older, someone that's not a normal cord cutter, someone that's not used to the Kodi interfaces and the hoops you got to jump through. Yeah. I do suggest sometimes APKs are easy because you're looking for a TV show, you click TV, here's all these shows. If you don't see that, you do a search. You go to movies, here's the movies, I click it. You know, there's that easy transition.
Todd, for you though, the issue wasn't making money off it, because I mean every IPTV service in the world makes money off it. Your issue was the fact that he threatened to put in malware. That made you leery.
Right, because
but was it him or was it one of his admins in his group that did that? Do you know what I mean?
I think it was him that posted, because it was on his Reddit.
It was on Reddit.
But you know what? Maybe once again,
he did say, like I'm sorry.
Maybe once again, it was like a Lambda situation, though. What Lambda, sweetest dude in the world, did a stupid shit, friggin' DDoSing the site because he was getting threatened personally. So, you know, you kind of can't blame them when people are attacking you directly and they're threatening your livelihood or your family or I'll tell people where you live. I can see where people would go, you know what, you do that and I'm gonna fuck you over. Well, so it's kind of like maybe things have changed since then, or
there has been a lot of things that changed for sure, because I mean TV Zion has been around for a very long time and it was not that nice when it first came out. Right? I'm not talking about the developer. I'm actually talking about the application, its layout, the way it worked. It was never one of the top 3 applications. It was only within the last year and a half. But you'll notice ever since he made that apology, his attitude in general, even on Reddit, has changed. I mean, if you look back before TV Zion was listed as one of the top APKs, the developer would make posts saying, you know, if I get this amount of donations, I'll do these amount of updates.
Yes, you're right. I do remember that. I remember seeing that. I was like,
I haven't seen that in a very long time.
Yeah. Okay.
So his mentality, I would say, has matured. Right? You gotta understand. A lot of people behind the scenes, some of these modders that I know, like some of the ones that put out all these applications, they start when they're really young. And you have to grow into some of these roles, right? You're putting an application out that so many people are using. I mean, if you look at the example like Morpheus was never made for the public. Remember the APK Morpheus?
Yes.
And it got shared and shared and shared, and it ended up being a really good application. And a lot of the features that I enjoyed in Morpheus can only be got with Zion Club and TV Zion. Like sorting by the ping. What other application are you going to be able to sort by ping? You can't get that. Morpheus had it for free, but Morpheus wasn't supposed to be made for the public. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, and I know that.
Good to know.
So let me ask this question, since I haven't. How much is their club?
Okay, so for someone that's just buying it for themselves, because what I do is have. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna do this. 1 second.
Go. There's all kinds of layers to this. I didn't know there's layers.
I will say one thing while Nextlevel is holding on for a second. Yeah. I was never a fan of Zion at all. I really like, I think everybody really liked Terrarium back in the day. And then there was clone after clone after clone after clone. So everybody was just...
There's still a clones of those.
There's still a clone. So everyone's jumping from clone to clone. And I will say this, though. When I first tried it, I hated it. I didn't like it. I didn't like the ads. I didn't like any of that stuff. Everything that they were doing, I just hated it. And it didn't work for me. Like I couldn't find good links and like none of that. Now, after I talked to him about it, he's like, try this, try that. I tried looking for a TV show called MXC, Most Extreme Elimination. And that's when the Americans are making fun of the Japanese, like kind of like a Wipeout type show. It's hilarious. MXC, Most Extreme Elimination Challenge. It is insanely funny.
Is that where like there's a whole bunch of people running and they're like all like just like it's a madhouse? They're like going through an obstacle courses and stuff.
And they're dubbing the voice.
Yeah. And they make fun of it. It's like they're like, oh, this is my child running. I don't want to say, but they make fun. They say funny things. Yeah. It is funny. It was on the show.
So I couldn't find that show anywhere in any APK, any add-on, anything. And I'm like, this sucks with Real to Brid. Like I was like, I tried everything. I could not find it for the life of me. He was like, check this out. And he showed it to me off of Zion Club. And I was like, no way, dude. So then once I tried it, I was finding things. I tried it without Real to Brid. And I was just doing just the Zion Club just to see what they have. What is their ecosystem? And I was starting to find a lot of cool things in there. I'm like, wait a minute, this is some hard stuff to find. And I actually can find it. Once I put my Real to Brid in there, it was over. I'm like, okay, I'm good. I'm sold.
So this is their actual website. This is where you go to purchase it, right? It says the base plan comes with 5 devices. It's not IP specific, so a device is a device. Okay. But I usually tell people if you're gonna buy it, start at 10 devices, right? Personally, for myself, I do 20, right? Because I set it up for my family members and my friends. And if you look at it, 20 devices is $49 for 12 months. You divide $49 for 12 months by 20, and you're paying literally pennies for each device. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
For a year.
Okay, this is probably going to be a really stupid question, but this is essentially Kodi in a different form?
Well, no, it's an APK, but...
It's an APK of what, though? Just specifically Zion, which is what exactly?
Like it's a TV show and movie scraping application. It's not Kodi based, but it's an...
So pretty much anything you want to watch in Kodi, but it doesn't have add-ons, obviously, because it's an APK, so it doesn't have like...
If you use the club.
There's no playlists and stuff like that. It's just search for movies, search for TV, have categories, that kind of thing.
Like Terrarium.
What about live TV?
Right, but there are options in here that you don't find a lot of the other APKs. Not talking about Kodi, but like Cinema, like Terrarium, that kind of stuff. You can actually use magnet torrent links in here. You can search torrent websites, like all that kind of stuff. So it's got a lot of interesting features.
I don't think it has,
but no live though.
No live, no.
Thank you.
No live.
Yeah, I
asked the baby newbie questions for all those people.
That's the way.
there was one that does live. There is one that I had.
Live Lounge?
Freeflix.
Yeah, Freeflix.
Freeflix had the live section. It was only certain things though. But that's all right. So I was curious because I never really looked into the pricing. So interesting.
Just hit me up, Butch, and I'll walk you through.
Yeah.
TV Zion.
I'm just curious. I mean, I know that it is the buzz thing. I mean, when I follow a lot of social Facebooks and I see people boom, 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 and I saw your your video on it. I didn't watch it. I saw you posted it, and I was like, oh, okay, maybe I need to watch this to get a little bit of education on it because I like to learn how things work, and because when people ask me, I want to say, yeah, that doesn't work so good, or this does. So if you have that,
can I ask one quick question then, Todd?
Yep.
Okay, so if you have Kodi and then you have this, why have this? What exactly is the benefit?
It wouldn't. I don't know.
What's the benefit of having this? Like, what's the benefit of paying for it?
I'm gonna just say off the bat, I don't use Kodi a whole lot. So I mean, some people may prefer using Kodi, and some people may prefer using like the other APKs, like like Terrarium, like Cinema, like BTV, and then there's
TTV. I know what TTV is real popular.
Yeah.
But were you saying that, if you're part of the club, that it has its own dbrid service, or did I totally dream that?
It gives you additional hosters, so when you're searching for sources, but I still think that you'd probably get better sources in Kodi. I think the user experience is a little bit smoother than using Kodi, in my personal opinion. Yeah, I'm not a Kodi user.
Right.
So as a GUI, yeah.
Right. So for us, you know, you've had to show people, Blue, when we talk about with Kodi and people like, all right, so you need to go to this add-on. Okay, now you got to click
Pain in
the
the
add-on.
ass. Yeah, it's a pain in the ass.
Whereas this, they open it and then it has the tab at the top says movies or TV.
Yeah.
You know, when you click it, there it has all the posters. Oh,
So
that's pretty
totally
easy.
That's totally a benefit.
Click.
Yeah.
And then other than click that, and you got to hit play usually, or little play button.
No, with this you can set up autoplay, so you can actually tell it
Like
after
Netflix.
you're finding 10 links or waiting 15 seconds, play the best quality one. You can set up autoplay for all that stuff too, right?
Yeah, so really good for grandma.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
I would assume it does use tracked, right? I would assume.
Yeah, you can use track.
Yeah.
I was about to say it has track because I do use I love track.
Yeah, most of the big APKs almost always use Debrid and tracked. And when we say Debrid, most of those will also use premiumized, because now I've become the premiumized lover since I've been done the videos on it.
Your videos are awesome. They definitely help me a lot. I can tell
He's
you.
using that for Plex more than anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Hey, downloading is. Hey, today alone was waiting on this hard drive right here for me when I got home.
Yeah,
Alone,
it's wonderful.
the last
Automation is
season.
wonderful.
I was
love
like,
it.
all right, there we go.
See, I don't use Kodi very often anymore either. Just
No,
because,
no.
but for me, it's because I Plex. I've got everything automated. I come home, it's ready for me.
And that's
Personal Blue Netflix.
yeah, it
I'm
is.
still on Kodi.
And that's what this show. I mean, it's not just about one platform or another. That's why we changed the name from Kodi Matters, because it was like, no, we've got to be talking about different platforms. And I really, when we first started the show and me and Blue talked about it, I was like, I want to have some APK people to be that can say, hey, I know about this APK.
It's not just Kodi,
because
all kinds.
I mess with some APKs, but I'm like, I skim the surface of APKs because I get frustrated when I start seeing ads. I'm sorry. I'm not used to seeing commercials. And when I have to click a link and then it says, wait 30 seconds while I look at some ad for some
It's like being on goddamn YouTube.
Like a game that it wants me to install. And I'm like, oh, I got to wait for this. And I'm watching the bricks fall or whatever.
Bricks.
Like,
Yeah.
So I actually used to release a lot of ad-free stuff.
Yeah.
Like way back when. I stopped doing that. Well, I mean, it's still available in my file link, but what I do now is I run ad blockers in the background. So that'll block all the ads and all the APKs.
Say it again. You use the ad blocker where?
In the background. So I'll install.
Okay. All right. So on your Android. Okay.
Yeah, so on my Fire Sticks or my Android boxes, I install a DNS changer and I've hard-coded AdGuard's DNS into it. So it permanently runs in the background. So then that means that all of my APKs are ad-free and they auto-update.
So one question.
Yeah.
So you have to sit there and watch a black screen while that ad was supposed to load? So it's not on a timer, just on. Wow, that's nice.
Yeah.
Hey Todd, just so you know, Sandy Clegman said, "Who is Blue?" with about 14 fucking question marks. We have no idea who she is or why she's even here.
Yeah. Who is she? She's nobody.
She's
I'll say this: she was in Kodi before I was in Kodi. I can say that. So she was. If you want to go back, she was part of Phoenix. If anybody remembers Phoenix. She was Blue in Phoenix. So
Phoenix was one of the top back then.
I mean, and
that
she
just
was
means I'm old.
And you were around. I mean, you were around the
Never
same
old.
mixture with the same people in Mashup. I mean, if people go back to
Mashup became Phoenix. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you were running in that same circle of people when Mashup was up. So. Yeah.
Yeah, she's old. That's
yeah, she's been around. Lady. She's been around.
She's been around, all right.
No. Cobwebs.
No.
All right. So Kiss Anime was shut down this week, folks.
You're killing me.
Talking about someone needs a kiss. Kiss Anime was shut down this week. So so
he's talking about you next. He'll be giving you one later.
No, he's getting one because he kept his hair, so his girlfriend's going to give him one.
Yeah,
so,
no, I wouldn't. No, you got a woman who loves your hair. Keep your hair.
Yeah, you'd keep it. You do whatever she says. Mm-hmm. So it was shut down this week. So that's going to be a hit on a lot of people that like anime stuff.
Yeah,
Probably.
I love anime stuff.
I can't see how some of these sites stay open so long, to be honest, because they're easy to track down.
Yeah.
And you know
No,
they're
it's probably
getting.
because Kodi killed it.
I don't even know if Kodi. I bet you money that this has got. I bet you this is Ace or the I don't want to say Motion Picture Association. Whoever's
Honestly, though, how many
Association of Anime.
sites go down because of Ace, and how many sites go down
Oh,
because of Kodi? In all honesty, Todd.
sometimes
The funny thing is Ace
Kodi
seems
goes
to go
down because
after
of traffic.
Ace goes after like people that are involved in add-ons, people that are involved in builds, people that are YouTubers.
Yeah.
They never ever go after uploaders, which I hope they don't ever. But I find weird because that's the source of where we get all our stuff from. So you think if you were going to start somewhere, you would start with, like, look at the Pirate Bay. PirateBay.org, still around, baby.
Yeah.
Still around.
Yeah. Well, they're posting constantly about how that stuff. Let's see. Tracked was down this week for what, a day and a half, or not Tracked. RD. We did talk about RD for a day or day and a half.
Track was down too, though.
Track
was down.
Yep.
Track was down for a short time. But if you have RD and you noticed or didn't notice that it was down, they gave you an extra week. If you've ever followed, people need to follow RD on Twitter.
Yeah.
You will, or first of all, you'll hear you're not going to hear it first from them when it goes down. You're going to hear it a while, but they will post when it goes down, but usually hours later. But the trolls that hit them sometimes is very comical because people are talking about your service sucks and
which is brutal.
I'm like, and you're paying $18 for 6 months. Come on.
Yeah, $3 a month.
What do you expect? But they want their $3 worth. Damn it. And yeah, and they'll be like, oh, what are you going to give me, an extra week? Wow. I'm like, they didn't have to give you nothing.
But meanwhile, before Kodi came along and used RD was just RD. Like people just downloaded stuff through them and normal, you know what I mean? People are greedy now and mean. And definitely mean.
Privilege. See, Marcus says to get rid of Shield, go to some of him. All right, okay. All right, I'll have to. I don't know. Maybe I'm lucky.
It's an Android TV update. So I was just looking at the.
I thought Shield didn't do the.
They were saying that it's Android TV. It's the operating system that's doing that, and it's supposedly coming. It's not out yet, so supposedly it's coming. I thought it was already out.
Okay, I gotta say, Nextlevel plays with his hair about as often as I do with mine. You see him go.
I know. I have to kind of look away. It's like Fabio. Yeah,
it's adorable.
I tried.
That's what happens when people have hair. We can't help but play with it. Just the way it works. Yeah, you too.
I do try to fix my hair before the show. I do try to. I'll go through and try to fix myself.
The best part is I've had Todd grow his out a little bit. Todd used to have like short hair on top, and it'd be like all spiky, and I'm like, grow it out just a little bit so you can funk it out like Tony Stark. Okay? And then one day he calls me. He's on his way home, and he's whacked his hair, and he needed a haircut. His hair was like that long, and it's standing straight up on top of his head. Fucking laughed so hard.
Thanks. Rona, I couldn't get my hair cut, so I had my gel in it, and I just like did it straight up like that. Yeah, after
he whacked it right out.
It was everywhere too. But look at Rohas. Hey, my hairline is receding some, and you know what? You got a full head of hair. Be proud.
Right?
It's not gonna.
Your hair is fine.
It's not my all the men. Well, I guess I can't say my uncles but like my mom. My birth dad, and then
all the men, and then you said your mom.
I'm like, wait a minute, no. I said all the men. I'm like, wait a minute, hold on, but I meant not my uncle.
Your mom's watching this video. What?
My mom's side. My mom's side.
I was gonna say she's gonna love that. All
the men. Mom going, I'm putting my wig on. Shut up.
No, my mom's side. Everybody has like very, very thick hair. And they don't like this is as far back as they go, except for her brothers. Her brothers, every single one of them, like it's way back there.
Okay, just so you guys know, as a woman, I have zero problems with bald men. I mean, if it's natural, Give her. I don't care. We don't care. We really
So
don't care.
If it goes back, if the line goes all the way back,
then
here,
you look like Dracula, and that's kind of cool. It's less sexy.
should
Hey,
a guy?
says
should
a woman
leave
that likes sci-fi. Okay, look at
We're
if
okay
it
with
looks
that.
like Dracula.
Hey, when we love
Tony
you,
Stark.
you can go bald, you can get fat, you can get hairier. We don't care. We still love you.
Yeah, she and every one of her references are to like some type of sci-fi-ish.
Yeah.
Hence what she watches on a regular.
Hey, Tony Stark.
Yeah, that's right.
So what would you say if there's a receding line back? Leave it, or go bald it, or shave it bald.
Well, I mean, maybe go a little bit shorter, but no, don't shave it bald. No,
Not swipe.
no.
Not
If you
swipe,
go
not
bald
sweep
on
from the
top,
back. Not
don't
swipe
roll
from
the
back?
side and flip it. Don't do that.
Like
No bringing it around.
If you have hair, leave the hair. But just maybe a little shorter. You don't want to have long hair and have it weird. How about Klingons? I love Klingons.
Who is that? The emo look?
No, like honestly, if you have hair, if you have any hair, leave it. But
I used
don't
to be
grow it
bald for
long
years.
if it's
I
just
would
a
go
little
skin-
patch
I
right
did
here in the
skinhead
middle.
for years.
Was that what was you were bald for years? That was like when you were a baby.
No, I wasn't a baby.
Because you've had a lot of hair. You've got a lot of hair.
There was a picture that I gave Rohas for a special intro that he was doing, and
Have
it
you guys
shows
seen
me
it?
as a skinhead, completely no
Oh,
hair.
you shaved it.
Have you guys seen it?
Well, I didn't start
No.
growing my hair until a few
No?
years ago, like 2 years ago.
Those are lovely locks.
And it's that long in 2 years? Holy
maybe,
shit balls.
maybe
Dude.
2.5.
Yeah, he's young though. He's young. It grows quick.
Baby.
He's a little
When?
baby and
Yeah, it
it's blue. I'm
grows
telling
quick.
you, rewatch this video. Your hair is blue right now.
It's just the light. But
Is
it's
it
because
just
he's.
me? But do you
No.
guys see blue?
I see bluish tint, but that's because he's young. He can do it.
Damn right he can. But I'm
You know,
telling you,
that's-
Antonio Banderas, do it right to here. That sexy hangs in your face a little bit. Woo. I wish Todd would grow his out to that. I'm gonna make him do it eventually. You guys watch. He'll have a show like 5 years from now, and he'll have hair down to here, and you'll know why.
Whatever. I'm on.
Baby. Oh, I just saw that. You look like the devil. Is that what you were going for there?
No. Actually, that was when. No, I won't even go there. All right. So
next level was like he's changing his filters or something. He went red like the devil a minute ago.
So I was supposed to have UK Turks, and I don't know if anybody remembers UK
Turks.
Turks.
Fucking Baylor again.
Turks was supposed to be on the show,
What a
and
fluke.
Turks is supposed to be on next week's show.
Did you want me to talk to him? Because I can get him on here.
No, I don't want to. No, don't say it like that. That doesn't even sound good. Don't worry, I'll get him on.
I mean, it's called
No.
food. It's called food.
So if you follow him on Twitter, you will see that he's been teasing about some new things coming out. Maybe he'll be on here next week. We'll see.
Turk's been around a long time. Too.
Turks has been the oldest running add-on currently out there. I can't. There's no other Kodi
Still
add-on out there.
He came out when we had
Yeah.
Phoenix, and he came out not long after that, and it was
Wow.
yeah.
Now the only downside is right now it's a pin add-on. It's a pin add-on, so
Okay,
he's got to go in and
Todd, I do have to say something because was it Nemzi that had the pin add-on?
Yep.
The every 4 hours thing, annoying as shit. I don't mind using a pin, but I only want to actually have to do it once a day.
Yeah.
Give me a 24-hour period, I'll use it. Every 4 hours, you watch a couple episodes of something, all of a sudden you got to pin it again. It's like, ugh.
I mean,
when you're watching anime, that's annoying as shit.
I guess I
Just
don't
so
watch
you
a lot of anime. I don't.
No,
watch
but
a
I
lot.
mean, I'd support a pin if it was once a day. If when I get up, I sign in, Bob's your uncle, I have it the whole day. I'm all about that.
So yeah, his add-on is still out there, AP with a pin, and we'll find out if he comes on next week and if he.
Okay, honestly, do you want me to talk to him though?
No.
Not going to show my tits.
I got this. I got this.
Show him
Settle
next level
down.
shit.
Settle down. Settle down, wine girl. Good grief.
Hey, I
on.
posted
Yeah.
on the side chat about because we were talking about next level's baldness. And I pinned it.
Oh, I see. Hold on.
I
Hold on.
pinned it right at the time where the commercial starts. I'll tell you this: it ends when I say explosions. It's about like 20 seconds. Just watch it real quick, and you'll know what I'm talking about.
Hold on. Shit.
You might have to mute yourself.
I'll do that.
All right, hold on. What the hell? I gotta watch 2 ads. What kind of shit is that?
What is this?
I gotta watch 2 ads.
What is this?
You could freeze frame right when you see me when I'm bald.
What? Wait, that ain't you, is it?
That's me.
That's him.
Wait a minute. Hold on a second. I go to StreamYard here.
That's look at Blue's face. She's like, no way. You're muted,
She's
Blue.
muted. He's just like, no, it's not.
You're muted, Blue. Oh, she's still watching it.
I didn't know. I just said that was like night. I would not have recognized you at all. Night and day. Night and day.
Yeah, you know.
Like not in a bad way. You still look handsome.
Every picture I look different in.
You're gonna show it, Butch?
Oh my god.
Put it up on here.
All right, is it with that? You want me to show it with the hat on?
Yeah. Or does he take the hat off? I missed that part. I just saw the hat and I was like, ooh.
A hat? There's no hat.
There's no hat. This is his head. He's bald.
Oh, no. I saw
I'm
was a
seeing a
hat.
hat. I'm seeing a guy with a hat, and I swear they
Me
don't look
too.
like
Okay, hold on.
What did you
I did
send
too.
them?
I sent them one of the videos and I put the little infomercial.
Is that the one with? Hold on a second. Maybe it jumped commercials. No.
Maybe.
No.
It starts at 49 seconds. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you had an explosion.
So it's the sound flare.
Yeah, he's wearing
right?
a hat.
He's got a
He's
hat
wearing
on.
a hat.
All right, hold on. I'll show you the picture. I'll pause it.
Yeah, he's wearing a hat.
All right, hold on a second, and then you can tell me who the hell this is, because
Who
I'm
is
looking
this
at-
guy? Who is this guy?
Yeah, it was a
there's
hat.
Rohas.
49
So
seconds.
handsome, so handsome.
So darn handsome. Seriously, his hair is blue.
Okay, hold on.
He did that on purpose,
The
just
first
as a
person that
tribute to
comes
me.
out is not him.
Oh,
The first person that
well,
comes
that's why
out
he
is
doesn't
not him.
fucking look like
That's not
himself.
him. That's
Yeah.
not him.
I trust.
That ain't him, right?
That ain't him. You gotta watch it. Watch it.
Because I'm like, that don't look like him.
Nothing like you.
No,
That's
no,
it. I was going back for like, I swear that doesn't look
no,
like him.
that's not
He's
him.
completely
Oh.
different.
No, pause. Okay,
look-
look.
That looks like me younger. I mean, that was back before I could grow a little bit of a beard.
So you gotta watch it. You gotta watch it because it's just
Oh,
a dumb little
oh.
commercial.
There I am.
There he is.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
Right
Rewind it a
Hair-
little bit.
Hair,
Right before that.
and then
Right
explode.
before that. No, play.
There.
Right there.
That's me.
Whoa, what? You mean that guy that's in the black and white?
Yeah,
That's
that one.
me.
Wow.
Oh, he
You
looks
know
like
what?
a mean motherfucker.
I am scared. Hey, you know what? You keep your hair however you want. Because that mug rolls up
You want
onto
me to
me.
cut it? That's what I'll look like.
Hey, I'm holding my wallet. I'm reaching for my 1911. I'm like trying to figure out what the hell I need to do to keep this man up off me.
Let me get my
He
gun.
makes me think of like a bouncer at like a crazy cool club.
Yeah.
Hey,
it was,
says an American. You know, I can say that. Like, I'm okay. I'm like, I'm on my side. Ho, ho, ho,
He's
ho,
telling
ho.
you he's pulling a gun. You know that, eh? Because he's American and they don't know how else to do it.
So I had my hair bald for about 3 to 4 years, like that.
See,
I would go in.
Here in
Oh,
Canada, I just
yeah.
schmooze up to you and go, "Hey, honey."
Yeah. Okay.
Let me get my gun real quick.
Ooh, yeah, you're talking guns. That's two different things we're talking
Americans,
about
I
here.
know, because you're American and you guys
Fucking
pull a gun out of
American.
everything.
Hey, you know what? You look good either way. I like the bald.
Actually, you look cool
yeah,
there.
it's a good look. It's a good bald look, but that is definitely too with the picture.
Bodyguard.
It's a tough look. Tough look.
I honestly, I was
Bodyguard.
thinking bouncer at a cool club.
If I go to CES, I'm gonna have him shave his head bald. Be like, look, just follow me.
Good luck.
It's like a crowd just kind of splits.
It's just whoosh. Who's this guy?
Well, hey, all right, listen to you. And here you are, Mr. What's it? The Iron Man,
Spartan Racing.
Spartan. You get a
Mhm.
damn Spartan racer there. So yeah, yeah, he's not a couch sitter. Rohas is fit. So neither one. Hey, let me roll up in there. I'm like, these are the guys that are with me. Separate.
You know what's adorable is the first time I met Todd and there we go.
Oh, look at there. Yeah, because that was your triple.
Yeah, the trifecta. So these every one of these represents a race. So that's 3 races, and I did 9 of them. So they call it the trifecta, and then they give you like a special medal on top of it somewhere around here. But
Just out of curiosity, guys, how tall are you?
5'8".
Yeah, I'm 5'8", 5'9", somewhere there. I'm not that tall.
6'1".
What?
And
What are you?
Todd is
5'9"?
not 6'1". He's like 5'3".
shut up.
Tree? True.
No, he's taller than I am, and I'm 5'2", and not by much.
I'm 5'6". And
All
if
right,
I
so
wear
we're all
my
about the
if I
same.
wear if I wear my lifter shoes, I'm 5'7".
My
Just put the
lifter
little soles in the things. Hey, I have them too. I have them too. The wife is 5'7", so if she wears anything, I'm done.
See, Todd got lucky because I'm a midget, pretty much.
Yeah, I can
So-
look over her head, and I'm like, oh, she's a keeper.
You're like, I'm good.
Yeah, I can look right
Yeah.
over her. She comes to hug me. I can look right over. I'm like, yeah, that'll work. Yeah,
You're like, where'd you go?
I'm not like this.
Mohawk?
Oh,
Oh, there you go. Mohawk.
oh, I do like the mohawk too, though. That's cute.
I should have had that picture. Damn it.
Look at Eddie said Todd mini me.
Todd is not tall. He's taller than me, but he's not tall.
No. And you can see. All right, look at. I mean, I told you, healthy living. This is how you stay like this.
130 pounds. This is what it
Hey,
looks
all
like.
right. So 135. Thanks. All right. So when I went and had my physical the other day, she's like, "Oh man, you're really good." She says,
What kind of physical were you having? Oh man, you're really good at this physical.
Well, I said to him, is that like a finger up the bum? He goes, oh yeah.
It's
she says, "Can you do me a favor? Can you just stand at the front door?" I said, "Why?" She says, "So when people come in, I can say, this is a specimen of a man right here."
Here's your benchmark.
Right here, and I was like,
What did
I
you
can
say
do
to
that.
her when she got the gloves on? You said something about, I hope you take me out on a date or something.
Oh no! All right, so all right. So normally they're by yourself, right? Well, you two are kind of young. When you get older, they do that little thing. So usually you're by yourself. As a
that little
doctor.
thing.
Yeah, and so they're just checking, make sure you're okay. Oil check. So I was like, usually it's just her. I'm like, okay, And the first time she did, I'm like, usually I get a number, and she's like, yeah, whatever. And so this time she goes, I'll be back in a minute. I gotta get a nurse. And so I'm like, okay. And so she comes in. So a nurse has to stand there. And I said, this isn't bad enough by myself. We got to have an audience. So there's a nurse that's got to stand there like this while the doctor's doing her business. And I'm like, this isn't embarrassing enough.
Well, sexual harassment charges, honey. They need a witness.
I'm thinking.
Wait. So how old do you have to be, or how old do they start doing these oil?
Finger up the ass?
Upper 40s. Upper 40s.
So 41.
No,
A prostate
upper 40s.
check.
Like,
But you know what?
40s.
Most
So
guys
you're
I know
okay
like
for the
it,
what?
so
I'm turning 40 next year, so
Okay, you're okay for a couple years.
you can ask
Unless
for
you
it
have
early. You can ask for it early if you want.
no.
Yeah, I was just wondering. I want to get
I'm
warmed
a
up
little
for this.
concerned about my prostate, Doc.
You know-
Sorry.
I want to be sure, but I heard you guys
You know,
do oil checks.
You're going into your 40s and everything's good. Everything's running nice.
I haven't had an issue yet, but my good friend Butch said something about these oil checks.
He
And I
said it
haven't
was two
changed
girls
the filter.
turned into a DP session. I don't know.
I'm
Oh,
telling you.
man.
Yeah,
I'll be
it
back in a
was.
sec.
Blue's like
It
a
was-
conversation.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, that was something. Again, you guys got something to look forward to when you get to be my age. So
Wonderful.
yeah.
Forward to.
yeah, it's yeah, it was a very awkward moment.
And the
So,
best
yeah.
part about it right now, I'm just looking at the comments and we're talking about these oil checks. And I see JJ Core Cutters that says, hit that. With a bunch of
Oil check.
oh, man. He's all, hit that.
Oh Lord. Yeah.
I know what
yeah.
you mean, JJ. I know what you mean.
Yeah. It's good times. It's good times. So so let me take a look at we'll take a look at some of the top things. And I don't know, I didn't know if I'd seen any questions. I'm sorry. Y'all, this was a free-for-all show. I wasn't going anywhere with this show. It was just going wherever. So
Awesome.
if you have a question, post it again if you would. I'm not that we try to ignore any questions.
And he's like,
Sometimes-
try it, you'll like it.
I did willing to give her a couple bucks. So all right.
Oh my god.
Sit and spin.
Yeah, I saw that.
Lordy, you guys are terrible.
Holy crap. Happy hour.
Whoa, we just
Oh.
jumped over show and show. All right, peace.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Rohas and Next Level show. How are we all doing today? Today's show, it's going to be...
It's going to be some shit.
Been brought to you by JJ Core Cutters. Oh,
my
man.
God.
See, this is what happens.
That's what happens when I got flustered.
He's like,
I got flustered. Whew.
I got to get my old check.
Yeah. Well, we can go down a lot. There's a lot we can go into there, but we're going to stop right there. Auburn can relate. So I'm just going to say that Auburn can relate. All right. So tech news, things that are happening in the tech world right now that may or may not affect us. So am I sharing my screen there? Yeah. Go ahead.
I was going to ask what your thoughts were on the whole Fortnite thing in Apple.
I stopped playing Fortnite. No, we talked about that on your show. Yeah. I just see it as Apple looking at it that it's just an investment. I think they're just looking to make some money. But the only thing is, it would worry me if I was some of those other platforms. Are they going to try to push out some of those other platforms?
Be interesting.
That's what I would wonder about that. Now, I would think that their business model would say no, because their business model is going to say we need to make money off of what we just paid for. But they could push or even ask for more money from some of those other platforms for the franchising of that. I don't know what I mean. What do you guys think about that? I mean,
well, I think that Apple has to do something, but at the same time, they don't have to do anything. So there's a lot of companies, a lot of apps, a lot of developers who have complained for years about how their payment structure works in their ecosystem, right? Mm-hmm. But the problem is, as many people as they want to that pull out of Apple's ecosystem, Apple just hit a net worth of $2 trillion.
Oh, yeah.
So do they really have to do anything? That's the saddest part.
You know what's interesting too because I've been looking at stocks too. I know Nextlevel and I have been we slowly been talking about stocks and Bitcoin, how all that stuff's going. But one of the things I've been looking at Apple is their phones. They have their whole ecosystem with tablets and all that stuff, and their sales are not doing that good compared to like they're not even like top 4, top 5, but their stocks, it's like what are they doing?
But the thing is even when you talk about their phones, both of my kids have Apples. Mm-hmm. Neither one of my kids, you could not talk either one of my kids into getting another Android, even though they had Androids before their Apples. Mm-hmm. You could not convince my kids to get a Android phone. And they talk about FaceTime and this. I'm like, well, doesn't we have Skype? Don't we have Duo? Don't we have all these other things that you can do with FaceTime-ish kind of thing? And people that drink the apple juice, they drink it. And, it's all right. So for people like me and maybe Auburn that can understand, maybe Tim that can understand Jim Jones, you can't convince these people not to drink the juice. They are going to drink the juice. Mm-hmm. Whatever Apple puts out there, how many times do you see when they release a new phone and they put a couple new things that Androids had for years or a year or more, and they put it on Apple and people are lined up around the block for it?
Yeah. And they'll get it.
You can't argue with that. They have such fanboys that it don't matter what they do, they're going to sell. My kids, my daughter, I got to have an Apple, an iPad. My daughter for Christmas, I need an Apple Watch, and she had to have the Apple Watch. Now I have an Android watch. I have a Gear. Guess what? Mine cost way less than what that damn Apple Watch cost. Even though if mine was new compared to her new, is not the same. But the people that buy that, you cannot convince them because that's what they're going to buy. So you can't argue. I mean, watch anytime a new phone comes out, they are freaking lined up down the street. Why?
There's a YouTuber called Rob Jobs, and he makes fun of Apple. He makes fun of a lot of stuff, but he says, what if Apple commercials were honest? And he shows the phone, and it looks like a legit commercial at first. And he just says like random words like innovation, friends, family, space, the sky, air. It's just like stupid, And then he's like, oh wait, we're recording? Oh shit. Dude, why don't you tell me we're recording? Hey, so we got this new phone and you're gonna love it. It has no new features, and we're taking away the jacks. And you're still gonna buy it. Oh yeah, remember all those cables that you had before? Throw them away. They don't work. It's like he is brutally honest about, and it's funny because he has an iPhone and he has an Android, so he plays with both. But he just makes fun of them so much. It's like, dude, that's so true. Because like you said, every time they come up with a new phone, whatever you bought for the last one, throw it away.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Or you need a dongle to work.
Yeah. And the business model works. I can't argue it because the people that buy it, and like you said, now they got to buy all new cables, they got to buy new chargers, and they got to buy new car adapters. And
wait, are we talking about Apple?
Apple, yeah. So they got to buy it all, and they do it. And you know what? They have no issue with buying it
because they're sheep. No offense to the Apple people, but you're sheep.
Eddie says most Apple phones use Android or Samsung parts.
It's true.
Yeah, and like I said, I mean, I have both of my kids were Android. That was the first phone we bought, my Android, and when they both were given the opportunity to pay for their own Apple phones, they bought their own Apple phones. And with my household, when we did that, it was that the kid had to. It was part of their Christmas, and they had to give up money, or we made them they had to earn it. And both of them, boom, when it was time, yeah, I'll do it. What? All my friends got it.
It's so restrictive, not even cable wise, like just free music. Good luck getting that on there.
Oh, yeah.
Throwing on movies, throwing on Kodi, throwing on anything. Yeah. Good luck with that. It's so restrictive.
As a parent of a hacker, pirate parent, and I had the library of music, and my kids expected the library of music. And they're like, oh, Dad, put all that music that was on my old phone on this phone. No. And I spent a day moving shit around, and, oh, that's got to go to the Apple Cloud. Okay, let me move this. And it was so much hassle. Now I got it on there. But I felt it was like a whole day of figuring out how to get it to the cloud so that she could put it on her phone, and then Apple to authorize. Oh, it was just, no thanks.
I think they make more on you, honestly, just paying for music, because you're like, $1.29. Oh, that's not bad. Then you buy, like 100 songs, and there goes $129 that you could have got for free as a streaming matters show. That there's cheaper ways to do that.
Yeah. So, all right. So SpaceX. Now, you guys know about SpaceX, right?
Yeah.
Those are the satellites.
That's not Space Force, right? You guys aren't sending people into space.
No, this is not. No, this is the Elon Musk, or what is his name? Musk. Elon Flux.
Elon Musk.
Yeah,
you're talking about the Tesla guy.
Yeah, Tesla guy. So they raised
bananas,
another.
By the way, like he's bananas.
They raised another.
But he's fucking bananas.
They raised another $1.9 billion in for funding, and one of my later things, and I don't know if I posted on here. They actually launched some more rockets, because what the idea of this is that they're going to create global internet. So these global internet satellites will be circling the world.
It ain't gonna be free. You won't.
No, it will not be free, but it'll be a reasonable cost, is what they said. And it's going to be you'll be able to get internet anywhere. So if you're in the Mojave Desert or wherever right now, you're not going to pick up a signal. But in the future, what they're hoping is you'll be able to pick it up. If you go to the mountains, to a real rural area and your signal drops, you'll be able to pick up signal. Now, right now it's in North America, certain parts of North America, but they have launched thousands of these satellites already, and they're planned on 20,000. Let me post. I have a speed thing, which I was curious on this, on how the speed, because they're wanting to get it down to the ping to be under 20. And this was some of the speed tests going on right now. So you're looking at download speeds of 50 megs. You're looking at ping up 94 is the highest ping on here. But reasonable if you think about if you know anybody that's like really rural, out in the country, out in the sticks, that can't get good internet, this could be one of those types of options that people would be able to have. And so you can see they tested some different things. Upload, and to me, this is a low-cost cable internet is what I see this as. So if you were a low-cost internet, cable internet, you're going to get that 50 meg. And so this is 44, 45, 44, up to, what was I saw, 60. So, yeah, I think that what they're hoping for is 100 meg download speed, and a ping under 20 is what their goal is. So Starlink, SpaceX basically launching a bunch of satellites. And what scares me on this is they're low orbiting satellites. And it was, I don't know if I have the thing where it talks about how many thousands. It was like 20,000 or some crazy number of satellites that they're going to have circling the world. So right now it's getting out there, and they continue to launch these satellites. So just keep in mind, you can actually sign up if you do a thing for the Starlink or SpaceX. You actually can sign up if you're in North America, and you'll get information about if you want to get information on being one of the early testers. So if you want to be an early tester, a beta tester, or get early access, sign up on, I think it's Starlink website. You can sign up for it. Thundercats. Do you guys remember Thundercats? I don't know.
Hell yeah.
Thundercats went to Hulu. So it's made it to Hulu, which...
Okay, we're done with the space.
Oh, no, you can talk about SpaceX if you still want, babe.
No, it just cracks me up because we keep hearing about all this stuff like, let's look at other planets to habitate. And I keep thinking, why don't we fix the planet we're on? I got an idea. Instead of launching people into space to try to find, someplace habitable, why don't we launch our garbage into space? And then that way, we don't have garbage everywhere. I mean, make it like a cool cannon and people can come out and celebrate. There goes 40,000 tons of garbage into space.
That would be interesting.
Actually, I actually thought about if you shot trash at the sun.
Burn it up before it even gets there.
Right. The cost of a rocket, I don't think that you'd really come out to the good on that.
Honey,
even
it doesn't have to be a rocket. It's just got to be a big, giant fucking cannon.
Well,
once
then
it
we're
hits
talking
past the atmosphere, it's friggin' just trajectory is just moving. You know what happens in space? When you're moving in a certain direction, you just keep moving in that direction. That's the way it goes. Don't need a whole rocket for that.
You know what? To shoot that'd have to be a big gun, so it's going to be the U.S. that will back that.
Oh, Jesus. Or China.
Because we got the big guns. All right. So, yeah, Thundercats. I think they picked up, 130 episodes. So if you're big Thundercats and if you have Hulu, boom, here it is. Thundercats. Live it up. Love it. Enjoy it.
Sorry, I'm eating, so I'm turning my camera off.
Yeah, babe. Disney Plus.
That's why I'm drunk, because I haven't eaten yet.
Yeah. Disney Plus. Shocker here. Could get more ABC content. Shocker, since ABC is owned by Disney.
Yeah.
And we can expect this, folks. Platforms like Netflix and Hulu will lose shows. That's going to happen. So if you're a fan of certain ABC shows, expect...
and that ABC show is basically all about Disney content. It's got Geppetto, and it's based on Disney stuff. That one right there, with the picture you just showed.
Oh, yeah.
That's Snow White.
Yeah, because it says it's getting the complete season of Once Upon a Time, seasons 1 through 7. So yeah, this is going to happen, and this is just the reason I say this is this won't be the first, and this will be amongst the anything that Disney is able to pull off of the contract ends on Hulu or Netflix. You can bet your bottom dollar will come off of Netflix or Hulu because they're going to want to put it on their platform where they pulled in the users. That's
Honey, I
going to
got a
happen.
question for you.
All right.
You know how Disney has Marvel?
Yeah.
What's going on with DC? Wasn't there supposed to be a DC streaming service at some point?
It discontinued. It was posted. I didn't pull that up last week. DC streaming was discontinued.
Oh, okay.
In here it talks about you may be taking potential gain, Grey's Anatomy and Modern Family, all kinds of Bachelor, all kinds of stuff. Oh, my daughter will be so excited about The Bachelor. So yeah, we can see that. That's writing on the wall. So if you're a person that likes a lot of ABC and you're using some of those other sources, you may want to just think about that. It's very likely moving on. Bill and Ted's Face the Music, which everybody's got a hard on for this movie. I'm like, whatever.
I don't.
Yeah,
I want to see it.
I don't know. This is the third one.
Yeah.
Not holding out much hope for it. I'm sorry. I don't know. Maybe it will be. But if you're a Fandango now person, or you sign up for Fandango, if you rent the new one, which comes out on the 29th or 28th, comes out on the 28th. If you go ahead and pre-order it, you'll be able to get 50% off selected movies through Fandango, which is a home streaming service. So if you were planning on streaming it, that may be something that you may want to check out. Well, let's see. The next little tidbit of information. This, to me, do you know anybody that uses the internet as their doctor?
No.
Yes.
So when I saw this, I said, whenever you watch a show like that, do you ever watch it and say, I have those symptoms? Wait a minute.
Oh my God, I have cancer.
Oh yeah. The Disorder Channel. So this channel is coming out, which I thought was quite funny. It's being launched on Hulu and Amazon Fire TV. I find this quite funny because people are going to get this, and people will go to their doctor with, I think I have blah 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 blah. I saw this
Bad
on
cow
the channel.
disease.
I watched this on the channel, and I have all these symptoms. I thought that was quite funny because part of a society that are a bit neurotic, I think that this plays right into it. I think this channel is going to do great. I think this channel is going to kick ass. But I think the doctor's offices also are going to be filled with people with these rare diseases because they're going to see it and say, that's exactly what I've been having. I couldn't figure out why I was so depressed. All right. Let's see. The next little tidbit that I looked up and I thought that was interesting. As we talked about on a couple different shows, streaming numbers have nearly doubled in Q2 of this year. Why? Everybody's sitting at home. So not surprised at all that these numbers, we talked about this a couple shows back.
It's called COVID.
Yeah, they're at home. You're looking at rose 40% this quarter, up 23% in Q1. And this is why you're going to see streaming services coming out of the woodwork by all kinds of major Peacock, for example. We had Peacock that just released last month? Everything is going to be hitting these streaming type of services because everybody's trying to get in on the flood because of so many people that are going to these streaming services because they have a Roku or they got a Fire Stick or they've got whatever. I don't have to pay for regular cable TV. And so I think we're going to see this number to continue to rise. I think I did on one show back, wasn't it, babe? It was like the cable companies are losing like 10% a year. It was something like 10% of their users or their subscribers they're losing every single year. So that if you do the math on that, 10%, 10%, 10%, 10%, those are big numbers, and it's not going to be long before those numbers are seriously going to hurt these big cable companies, which they already are.
Mm-hmm.
I thought this was interesting for Blue. Did you either one of you two watch Mandalorian?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn straight.
Scored
Damn
15.
straight.
Scored 15 Emmy nominations.
It was fantastic.
Really? 15 on what categories?
It's going to be more like score and visual effects and stuff like that.
Let's see. I don't see. I was looking.
Plus, they invented a new way to actually film, which is phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's behind the scenes stuff on Disney Plus, and it's awesome to watch.
I haven't seen it yet. It's on my queue.
Yeah, it doesn't give me a shortcut to pull what
That's impressive.
Actual categories.
Yeah, what the categories are.
Now I hope they actually win, because one of the things I've noticed when it comes to like Emmys, Academies, and all those freaking award shows, they hate to give Disney anything.
Yep, except for animated. That's about it.
Except for animated, and I think because nobody comes close to them when it comes to animation, not even close. But there's been movies that they've made. Hello, Marvel! Like they've had so many good stuff that comes out, and nothing. And then what was that one? And I don't know if I'm going to offend anybody when I say this, but that Joker movie was, no pun intended, it was a joke. I didn't like it.
No,
I did think that the acting from River Phoenix or Joaquin. I thought Joaquin's portrayal of the Joker, that was the only thing I liked about it.
He's always good though. He's always solid.
To me, I thought that he played 100% crazy fucker.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, he's crazy as shit.
Because he's like that in real life. It's pretty easy.
But that's the thing. The Joker, every single Joker that has been out, except for Suicide Squad, and I think that's because the writers did it wrong. But that Joker character is not a hard character to play. It's like, hey, we need you to act weird or dumb, or
crazy,
or crazy. You know what I mean? So, like for me, I'm just like, they could have done so much more with that movie. But when they were like, oh, this one's nominated for the best, I'm like, best of what?
Exactly.
I'm like, you got to be kidding me. And you know, and then people, I had so many arguments. They're like, oh, don't look at Rotten Tomatoes, and you know, critics say this. I'm like, dude, look at people's votes. Yeah. Look at how much money like Endgame made, or Infinity Wars, or you know, like look how much money it produced.
Exactly.
And
I'm
like,
with you on that.
And they didn't give them anything, and I think it's because, I don't know. I think that whole industry is so jacked up when it comes to certain things, but I'm really glad to see this though, because this, I don't think
deserves it.
It deserves it for sure.
This has the Star Wars vibe that I remember when I was young.
Well, hey, I will say,
fun,
you said
like just
one thing you said, it was included for nomination in a drama series.
Really?
Which that I don't know.
It is though. I mean, Todd, did you even watch it?
Yes.
I freaking bawled my head off sometimes. I laughed, I cried. I was like, okay, honestly, when what's his name there? Crazy guy. What the hell's his name? Oh God. He played the little short guy in it that helps him get his parts back for his
ship. with the eyeballs.
You're talking about Nick Nolte?
Nick Nolte.
Yeah. Nick Nolte. Yeah. I loved him.
Okay, spoiler alert, but when his character died, I freaking bawled. That part was like, holy shit. They did well with everything on that.
Yeah. I was shocked. I was like, no, like it was one of those, I was like,
Me too, totally. They had me the whole time. Yeah.
I kept making excuses. It's a dream. It's a possible vision, alternative reality. I'm like,
and honestly, the theme and the soundtrack.
Oh
so good, that spaghetti western feel.
Yeah,
but not. And he was so cool the way he walked. And apparently, it was John Wayne's grandson for some of the parts. So that strut, is totally John Wayne.
Yeah.
That's
what I figured too. I'm like, this I think they took a couple pages of John Wayne for this thing.
Totally. But oh my God, what's his name? That Pedro Pascal there?
Yeah.
So freaking good, man. He's always good though, and everybody was good in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love
Hey,
that one.
All right, babe. Kind of watch the StreamYard chat if you would, or one of you guys, because I can't see people posting questions because I'm trying to look at this tab.
Way to
Yeah.
go, Todd. Slacking
Yeah,
his freaking
I'm not.
duty.
I'm not.
Whose
I'm
show
not-
is it? It
Savvy.
ain't mine.
It's too tech savvy for you.
Yeah. All right. So one of the things I want to say for folks that are Spectrum users or that used to be Time Warner cable users, or you were Time Warner and then now you're Spectrum users, you guys need to pay attention that you're actually owned by Comcast or Charter. You're owned by Charter now, and we if you're a customer of theirs, you don't have data caps. Charter, when they bought Spectrum / Time Warner, they had to sign that for 7 years they would not apply data caps. Charter is trying to change that rule.
Of course they are.
Charter is going to the FCC and they're trying to get a change to that because they say they're given unfair market challenges because other competitors are able to data cap or put tiers. So if you use a certain tier, you can be one price, the next tier another
Once
price.
again, they're trying to screw you instead of saying, "Hey, you can have
Right.
unlimited." Now
Right.
we want to cap you at this and then charge you this much more after.
So
Brutal.
if you're a person that is a Spectrum Time Warner customer, you may want to take a look into being able to sign a petition that will possibly be used by the FCC to make them Charter to stick with the 7-year plan, that they can't change that data cap before 7 years. Because I think it's been 3 years right now, or a little under 3 years. And Charter wants to put tiered system in there. Like I think Cox does that. I don't want to ask NxTLvLTech because I know he doesn't have US, but Rohas. Now, who do you have as your cable company?
Spectrum.
You have Spectrum. Okay.
Yeah.
So some have Cox, and I think Cox has that, or Comcast has that tiered systems in some of their markets, which means, yes, if you use so much gigs a month, you're this price. If you use X to this, you're another. So if you're a Spectrum customer, you may want to do a little research, y'all, and you may want to sign a petition, put your name on it, just add to the number that there are people pushing against it because you could possibly
see you in 7 years, dickhead.
Yeah,
oh wait, hold on. See you in 7 years, Cox.
Yeah.
Because if the FCC approves it, Charter will push it, and they will push forward with that. So
if Trump's making any money out of it, you guys are screwed no matter who signs it.
Oh God, we're gonna bring his name up on the show. Okay, next topic.
He is a cock.
Okay, streaming accounts. This was interesting, and it goes back to the cable company. Streaming now accounts for 25% of the television viewing.
Yeah.
That, if people wrap your head, 25% of the television viewing, that is a humongous number.
You do realize, though, they're not talking Kodi.
No, they're talking, no. We're talking
they're talking
Disney
Netflix,
Plus. We're talking HBO Plus. We're talking.
They're talking legal ones.
Yes, yeah, but that's 25%, which I think that we go back to, why does Charter want to charge you for your data? Because they're not making money off of you for their internet or for their cable services. They're going to make their money off of you on your cable because you're streaming a certain amount of data. So since we can't get
switch it over now.
Right. So we can't get you on your TV, but we're going to get you on your internet. So I think that's
when they'd be smarter to just buy up a bunch of TV stations and then have their own streaming service. And it's like cable anyway. It really is. I mean, it's an extra charge on top of what you're paying for your internet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're looking at some of the growth, and I want to say that they had on here. I read in here that the
all
U.S.
Todd, all I can say is all this streaming stuff it's going to go bananas, and it's going to get back to you paying $200 a month just for cable.
Yeah.
If you're not careful, and it's fucking ridiculous, and it makes me really happy that I've downloaded a shitload of your stuff, and I've got it free now to watch. Thanks for that.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Dickheads. You can't
we're
charge $10 a month for one TV channel. Sorry, but you can't.
Well,
crazy.
I will say this. Somebody says she's willing to pay $30 or $40 to watch Mulan. So
because I would have went to the theater to see it, and
gotta
with
pay
me and my
either-
daughter and food, it would have cost us more than $30 a month. I'm okay with that. I'm not supporting Disney so much as I'm supporting Mulan, because you know what? That came out the year Sid was born. We've watched it a million times together. It has a soft spot for me. I've always wanted a live action of it. I'm going to pay the money for that. Yeah, I can wait till the next day and get it pirated. My point is, I want them to make more content like that. I'm okay with that. And you know what?
It's probably gonna be live the same night, actually.
Sorry, say that again. My internet went.
It's probably gonna be up that same night.
Yeah, totally. But
oh yeah, it will be.
I'm supporting Mulan. Like, they can't release it in theaters, so they're going to lose a shitload of money. It's going to look like it made nothing unless people actually support it. So I want to support it because, honestly, the whole Mulan story, being a woman, I love the old, saving the world, woman saving the world.
Yeah.
And I would have spent that at the show anyway. So
yeah.
I'm choosing to do that. I gotten shit from tons of people. Are you fucking stupid? Or you know what? Mind your own fucking business. Put out $30. I'll put out $30. I don't need your fucking opinion.
You're like, well, I could afford $30. I'm sorry if you can't.
Yeah. Yeah. Go watch Sharknado #5.
Yeah. Sharknado 5. Sharknado 6.
Yes, Crip, that was directed at you, buddy.
Yeah. She's throwing bombs. If she has one or two more wines, we don't know what might happen in the show. And Dabs, we might even have you in your snowman outfit.
Ooh. God knows we love the snowman outfit.
Did you guys follow? Did you see on Twitter? Anybody that follows my Twitter? You need to check out my Twitter.
Jesus, what'd you do there?
Check out my Twitter.
I don't have Twitter. So.
You don't. How do you have a YouTube channel and promote it without having twatter?
Twatter.
Yep.
I know.
Very much.
I tried to tell them too.
I'm lucky that people just share my stuff around. So I'm like,
well, you got like 150,000 subscribers. I don't think you're struggling.
Yeah, I don't think you're either.
You said that all pissed off too.
No.
Mr. Dimples.
No,
Mr. Dimples. Oh, look at Juggernaut. What's up, bud? I think one of the points that Blue was making, and we were talking about the streaming services, and I've said this on a few shows. When we talk about the different streaming services, sign up for whatever streaming service works for you. Hulu, Netflix, Disney Plus, ESPN Plus, whatever. But just keep it in check, because what's going to happen, as she says, you're going to pay 10, 15, 10, 15, 20, blah, 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 blah. Next thing you know, when we've talked about, well, I cut the cord to save my money, you're going to be up to that $150, $200 in your services, because you're paying them out, but you're paying Tom, Dick, and Harry instead of just paying
one guy,
Time Warner or whoever. So just keep it in check. If you use the services, by all means, use that service, support that service. But if
I've been using Kodi forever. I could have grabbed The Mandalorian. The reason I got Disney Plus, 99% of it was Mandalorian. And I want to support it. I want them to make more shows like that. I want them to make it. I mean, they're making the Falcon and Winter Soldier. They're making, I want more content. I'm okay with supporting that stuff. Yeah, I could go full on Kodi, but
yeah, I got the Disney Plus too, because for the same reasons, I want to be able to support them, and so that way they continue to bring content out. Yeah,
new good stuff.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah,
new Star Wars, Marvel. That's Disney now.
Yeah, just keep
bring it on.
There was one thing I had saw that, so if people that are, if you sign up for some new Verizons, and I didn't pull the information. I didn't save the URL, and I meant to. If you sign up for some of the 5G packages in Verizon, you actually will get that trifecta of Disney, which was Disney Plus, Hulu, and ESPN Plus. So if you're a cell phone, if you have a cell phone package, or if you're a cell phone user or cell phone Verizon user, and take a look at your packages, I saw that they offer, if you sign up for some of their newer packages, you actually can get, for a year, you're able to get the Disney Plus, Hulu, and ESPN Plus, which is their
Okay, so only on your phone though.
No, you'll be able to get it. You can put it just like with me. I have Disney on my TV.
Okay.
You know, you get the login, but you get it through them because of them.
Verizon, yeah.
Yeah, but I know that with my Disney's about ready to end because I got it right at the beginning of Disney. So if you're a person that has Verizon,
you know somebody that might be willing to share with you. Eh?
Yeah, I'm not worried about that. I don't even use my Disney, to be honest. I have it. Other than me being greedy and sometimes I want to watch 4K content, that's the only time I watch Disney. I'm like, oh, I want to watch, Guardians of the Galaxy 2 in 4K. And you don't have 4K.
You know what? You can blow that right out of your ass right fucking now. I don't even want 4K. If I'm being honest, I don't want 4K. 1080 even for me is a little too much because I don't want to see zits on people's faces or their pores. I'm good with not seeing that. I don't need every single pore on somebody's face. And that's 4K? Fuck no. And I mean, and my eyes aren't great. I'm old. And it's still too much. So I can't imagine people live like 2020 looking at that crap.
I got the 4K.
Me too.
Of course you do. So does he. His looks weird to me. It looks like a shot on cheapo. I don't know, the way everything moves.
Right. Remember you said when you were watching it, you said this looks like a soap opera because it was too clear.
It does. It doesn't look like,
it's not movie like, which we did. I did change some of the settings on that.
Actually, I did change some of the settings so that it looked fucking normal again. Yeah.
She messed around. She's like, "Oh, this don't look right." But,
it didn't though. I don't know how you didn't see that. It looked like,
I wear glasses.
Like it looked like daily, Days of Our Lives versus a theatrical movie. It looked the way they moved, the way that things were shown. I don't know, the background, it was contrast. I don't know. I didn't like it. Maybe I'm weird.
That's because you're looking on a crappy TV. And you
but I mean, I'd rather have a little fuzzy. Okay, like what was that one with Bruce Willis and Sybil Shepherd there?
Oh my God.
Moonlighting. Where they always kind of blurred her a little bit. I prefer that. To pores. You get nose pores, a little bit blurry where they look really, really pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take the pretty every time.
That's kind of like picking up a girl when it's kind of dusk and dark outside. Because
or you're drunk. Or you're just drunk.
The light's not good. I'll take her home. Yeah.
Luckily, honey, you've taken me home enough times that we're okay.
Yeah, I'm all right. Okay. Yeah. It's you look good in candlelight. Yeah, you look even better with no light. All right. So
low light.
Just keep it dim.
All right. Yeah. All right, so we're gonna roll out of here because we're at 2 hours. So I try to keep
Jesus, Mary Joseph.
It's a great time. Thanks for Rohas and Next Level. Rohas, anything you want to say?
Or anything? That man bun? We got man bun going on?
Hold up.
Right up a little bit.
Adorable. Just adorable.
All pixelated now.
Oh, I'm ashamed. All right, so Rohas, thanks for joining the show. Anything you want to say before we roll out?
Thanks for having me. It was fun. I appreciate it. I told you I was going to stop by eventually, so I'm glad I finally made it.
That was awesome.
And yeah, just make sure whoever's watching out there, make sure you guys do share, like, subscribe, and yeah, we'll see you guys soon. Thanks.
You can tell all the YouTubers because you guys all say the same thing every time. They're like, Blue, what do you got to say? I'm like, peace out, brothers.
Next level. Thanks for coming on. Anything you want to finish out?
Thanks for having me. I think this is the first time I've been on your channel, so I appreciate the invitation, even though I'm not even sure if I got invited. Rohas is like, here's the link. I'm like,
yeah, all right. Anytime you want.
I was just gonna say, I do know a little bit about APK, so if you ever want to hit me up with any questions, then feel free. I usually remind everybody, try to follow your favorite content creators like The Butcher, on as many social media platforms as possible, because they're not always guaranteed. So if something does happen, then you'll be able to figure out what's going on and where you can find him. So he did mention he has a Twitter. I'm sure that you can find him in a couple other places like Telegram. So make sure you check the description to all of our videos and make sure that you follow us in as many places as you can. So thanks again, and everyone have a great weekend.
And I have a link to Todd's personal cam, if anybody would like to see that as well.
Yeah.
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 Wait a minute.
For you ladies out there, or gentlemen. Yeah, it's called the Todd cam. The dab cam.
For you ladies,
Usually involves
men.
showers and weird soaps.
Well, there's
Oil
an upper cam and there's a lower cam, right?
upper and lower.
Oh.
Sometimes we have to turn the camera even lower.
Point it directly at the ground.
Yay high.
Hey, not to
he's a
say that
dangler.
this phone is not. This is waterproof phone. I'm just going to say Samsung does give a water-resistant phone. Just saying. Not that it would be used in that way.
But it can be.
Could be.
Mhm.
Not that can be used in that way. See you tomorrow morning, baby.
Mhm.
Jesus. You know what? Like I said, keep giving her wines. This only gets better. This only gets better. Thanks
Next
for
time we'll
joining.
start with some shots.
Oh my god.
Right next to his small cam. Oh
Small-
my gosh.
Hey, dude.
All right,
Back
so-
fuck off.
Oh, settle down. Settle down. I got this. I'm okay. Okay. Damn, he's like, you know how you have to hold your girlfriend back like she wants to get in a fight? No, baby, sit
Hey,
down.
baby, I got your back. You know that.
Oh, I know. You're little 5'2". You're right up in the front. All right, so I always want to say thanks for Rohas and Next Level coming in.
Mhm.
Either one of you two want to come on the show at any time.
Anytime.
More than welcome. I post the links out there, and I told you on your show when I came on when we did the interview, I got tired of begging people to come on my show because I felt like I was like trying to
Bugging them.
beg, and it just became, I don't want to say embarrassing, but it was. It's like, oh, you come on my show, come on my show. And so it's like, you know what? I put it out there. People want to come on, they come on.
Yeah.
If they don't, fine. But I will say this was one of the funniest shows and one of the shows that I've had more laughs on this show in
You're
a
welcome.
while. I don't remember laughing this much during the show, and I'm only at 5 beers. And it's just a great show. This is so much. That's what I like about the show. I want to have fun, I want lighthearted, I want us to have a good time, because I want to educate you, but I want us to have fun. Because we're just regular people. We're normal people. Nobody's a superstar. Nobody's some idol god. We're just regular people trying to share some knowledge. Next Level and Rohas are both.
Sorry, just funny because all the other three of us were all like, none, no, we're not gods. Yes, we're sharing knowledge.
You know what? I will have to. I will. That's okay. I'll mute.
He's all blue. Blue. Hold my bear. Hold my bear.
Oh my god, he muted me, dick.
You're lucky you're so far away.
Hold my beer.
Come on. All right. I'm trying to wrap it up. All right. So good time. I mean, all fun. This was a great time. I enjoyed it. Thanks for joining the guys. Thanks for joining the show. Thanks for joining. Anytime you guys want to come out and talk about some APKs or talk about any of the work you guys are on, welcome to it. I will say, check out Next Level has a channel. Rohas has a channel. You guys have a channel together beyond the stream.
Yep.
And where they work together on a lot of different stuff. Very professional in how these guys are trying to bring their platform across. Very professional. I think they're doing a great job.
Thank you.
So check out all of those. Check out each one of those. Subscribe, like, share, watch their videos. Go and harass them on their live shows because it's only better when people are harassing you on the side chat. And when I'm looking, I'm like, oh god, I gotta ignore that one. Yeah. But good times. I will say Wednesday, 5 p.m. Player Pass. Please, Player Pass. Wednesday, 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. West Coast. What's that down in the UK? 10.
10.
10 out on across the pond. This week, we're going to have ARB.
You're looking at me for a little something here. It's called
ARB,
Friday.
No, ARB, no, I got this one.
Okay.
ARB came with Catch Me If You Can because he can't pick a movie for his life, but he picked a good one. He picked a good one.
Kick your ass.
He did all right with that one. So he came with Catch Me If You Can, and Dabs, like LeBron James rolling down the paint, came in with Friday. Slam dunking over the whole team. I mean, I'm knocking mugs like.
Okay, I haven't seen it yet. And I know everybody likes it apparently, but I haven't seen it yet. So let's hold off on that until I watch it.
Yeah,
Friday
I'm telling you.
You can brag all you want, Mr. Buckner, but hey, until I see it.
I'm just saying. Like that. Like it's in. It's in. I mean, yeah,
I do like all the boys in it. I have to say that. Actually, all the
Dabs.
girls too. So,
and it's fun. ARB Andrew is one of my longtime friends from Kodi, and he's on the show with us. And we have people on the panel. We got Alban, who is over in the side chat. You guys seen him in the side chat. And if you don't watch for anything to see, come watch for the first 5 minutes to see what shirt Alban has. This is a man that must have 10,000 shirts, and every one of them are R-rated.
Yeah.
He shares them with us. Quite funny shirts every single week. So Alban's on there, and we will open up the panel every week for people to join. So if you've watched the movies, we ask you to join the show. Join the show. Tell us what you got. Tell us what movie, what you thought of the movie. You must have watched the movie.
Yeah.
And as I told Sharon, you can't just Google it because I told her
you can't just Google it.
And so, and you must have watched the movie, and you must have an opinion on the movie.
And Todd, Alban's last shirt said, "Remember my name. You'll be screaming it later."
Yeah, that was his last shirt. Yeah, right.
Man.
I mean, that's just an example. I mean,
every week it's a different one. We don't know how he does it.
And there is some
Nasty
of them
shit on that.
I mean, you don't let your kids look because some of them
No.
are pretty rough, but they're funny. So watch that. That's Fridays, 5 p.m. and we have a good time. And this week is Friday and Catch Me If You Can. Those are the two movies. So those are the two movies you need to watch. If you're on 4 of our shows, then you get put in the pool to be able to pick a show. So you're able to pick a movie, and we all have to watch it, and then we rate it. Or not rate it, but we just give our opinion. And then other people. So it's going to be fun. I mean, we have a good time. Look at Sharon's over here. I was on her show today, and we talked about Google it. She was laughing. She goes, "I fell asleep a couple times."
Yep.
Like, you done said that.
That's why, Sharon, you're only getting a 0.5 on the last one. You got to watch the movie.
Yeah, but the thing is, again, about the show, it's all about we want to have a good time. And if we can't laugh at each other and have fun, then, that I'll be the first one to be an ass, and I'll show and be funny.
Yeah, I'll attest to that one.
So, I can't turn her off. I can't turn her off.
He's trying to mute. It ain't fucking working.
So we got
whatever. You can dish it out. You got to be able to take it, honey.
Baby, you know what? Ask my doctor. I can take it.
Oil just
So,
that's my doctor. I can take it.
So thanks for you guys joining the show. Hey, I'll say Rohas Next Level, a blast. And you know what? Streaming matters to us because streaming matters to you.